All right, what is going on, my dudes? Today we are doing a very long overdue rank up video. And this was originally just going to be one of those quick, what I like to call toilet videos, like a quick video you watch on the toilet where I'm like, hey, I ranked up this champion and here's a fight or two with her. But as I was playing with her more and grabbing the content, I was like, man, now I remember like why I wanted to rank this champ up. She's so much fun to play with. I've had her at like rank 3 for like a month or so at this point, right? And I've used her for like the monthly event quest and like the side quest and everything. And I really enjoy using her. I always enjoy using her, man. Back in the day, before I had 0 rank 3s, right? Before I had any of them, I had 0. And I had all those skill catalysts. Anybody who was watching my channel over 2 years ago might remember I used to, every crystal opening, I was like, I would love to pull, the white black widow. I'd make her my first rank 3. And here we are. I have over 50 at this point. I have almost 60, right? She's finally going up, man. I pulled Black Widow, I believe it was during spring cleaning of last year or so. So about a year ago I pulled her and I got her unduped. But then her arena came around in like July of this past July and I duped her. I took her to rank 2 and she's been rank 2 for a while, right? But finally she's going up to rank 3. I felt like it was finally time, Skill champs kept getting buffed. I kept falling in love with them. I kept wanting to rank them up. I pulled Shang-Chi, right? And then Thor got buffed, and then Crossbones, and then Hawkeye, and then Black Panther. And I was like, I gotta keep ranking these skill champs. And I have so many skill catalysts, but I have all the good skill champs, so I guess I can't really complain. They used to be opposite. I used to have like Catalyst and Overflow and no good skill champs. Then they all got buffed and now we're all happy, right? So yeah, man, everybody from Ragnagod through Shang-Chi is rank 3 now when it comes to 6-star skill champions. Hitmonkey is more than likely next, right? I am considering Killmonger, but I got my eyes on Hitmonkey for next. But anyway, my dudes, we got a lot of fun stuff in this video. We have I think 8 bosses and a lot of some utility stuff as well, like nodes that she's gonna be like good for and everything like that. Put together a little team here and there that I use. She doesn't need any of this. In fact, for just the damage showcase, like against Winter Soldier, it's good. We're gonna go in solo because it really, this is would be the synergy team for Black Widow, right? If you were to make one, right? But you just don't need one. So here with Red Guardian, Black Widow starts the fight with her passive evade active until triggered. That's a very nice safety net there. With Taskmaster, each time Black Widow strikes with Widow's Insight active, she gains 2% of a bar of power. That's really nice, and when you combine that with this, plus 3% power gain, right? It's just, it gets you to your special 2 a little bit faster. Over here with War Machine, shock debuffs gain plus 15% potency. Now another synergy member that you can do is Mr. Fantastic, right? Put on the pre-fight that allows you to, I think it's increase the damage over time by 25%. So that's definitely very nice for her. But at the end of the day, all you need is just good old Scarlett Johansson by herself, all right? So for the majority of this video, right, it's gonna be here and there, different teams, but when we get to the Winter Soldier fight, you'll see she doesn't need any of it, man. She needs literally none of it, and that's one thing that's great about her. But we're gonna actually start off with a boss in Act 7 that really impressed me, and this is Nova. Burnout, Time to Strike, Supercharge, Fury, Aggressive. Believe it or not, the node Aggressive that makes the AI more aggressive, that do more heavy attacks, dash in for special attacks, she's really good for those, because Black Widow Deadly Origin is all about, punishing special attacks, punishing heavy attacks. You want to attack while Widow Insight is active and do light combos, light ending combos, and just lots of light attacks, because at that point, you have a 100% chance to place a shock. Now, back when Black Widow first came out, the general opinion of her was bad. She's bad, right? But that was because back in the day, you know, the CCP got access to like 5-star rank 3 champions, and that's it. And I said in my video of her, and I was like, guys, she feels to me like a champion, like Corvus Glaive, who's gonna feel bad at a low rank. But if you can rank her up, you are gonna be really feeling those extra ranks. And look at this. This is a really, really big Nova, right? And she is completely nuking this guy. Nuking. In like 60 seconds. Like, it was absolutely nothing, man. So let's go over to Winter Soldier now. Just good old Black Widow by herself. Go over how she works, right? What she can do. So first things first, all of her attacks are energy damage. So for example, that's like, you know, obviously Korg is shock immune, but that's just the first thing that comes to mind. Like, you know, you attack Korg with energy damage, right? And then you don't take the Thorns damage. It's like, it's that kind of attack, right? So if that works for other champions, right, that kind of thing, it's gonna work here. So she has a, I believe, 40% chance on all hits to just place a shock. But with Widow's Insight active, 100% chance on light attacks to place a shock. That's why I'm going to be doing a lot of like light ending combos. Now the special 2, big burst of damage if there's a shock on the opponent. So look, we built up to 1 special 2 here, and we took off about 275,000 health. That's a lot, man. So for stuff like Battlegrounds, where the opponent has like at max 150,000 health, give or take, you get to a special 2 and you win the fight, essentially, man. I think she's going to be really, really solid in Battleground. One of the things that really made me finally rank her up, right? The little Black Widow thing, right? That's Widow's Insight, okay? Now, that right there is going to make medium attacks reduce defensive ability accuracy by 70%. If there is a sabotage debuff on the opponent, which you get by doing special 3, or when Black Widow evades, which she gets an evade charge on her special 1, that's going to make those medium attacks do minus 90% defensive ability accuracy reduction, which is like, okay, it's not 100% reliable, but it's like really better than nothing at the end of the day. I feel like it's not something to like rely on for defensive ability accuracy reduction, but kind of one of those abilities where it's like you're fighting a champion, it's like, oh, that ability didn't trigger. That's nice to have, you know? So like I wouldn't like bring her into like Hazard Shift and Alliance War with a 70% chance to not trigger Hazard Shift on medium attacks, right? But just a little nice to have thing that she can do, you know? Like maybe she counters Nova, right? She goes in while he has a Fury. Oh, well, he didn't auto block this time. That's nice to have. Just a little tiny nice ability like that, right? So up next, man, we're going to take a look at Labyrinth of Legends Red Hullk. Now, keep in mind, man, this is a big, beefy Red Hullk. This is 1.5 million health points here, right? And we're going in, and we're just going to have a fun time against this guy. We're going to see how much health we can get down with just 1 special 2. So far in 2 combos, Red Hullk is down 5%. Now, look at the red numbers, right? The red numbers, they just really, really, really tick very nicely on Red Hullk, on any champion, really. The special 2, look at the burst. Look at the burst there. It's nice. So up to 1 special 2, we got Red Hullk down 20% health already. And keep in mind, he has 1.5 million health. So that's definitely not too bad, guys. I do feel like her damage is a bit underrated in the grand scheme of things, right? Because, you know, she's simple to play at the end of the day. Counter, you know, special attacks right here. Intercept, right? Counter heavy attacks as well. Now, one thing that you can do is that you can also counter like his special 1 or heavy attack with your own heavy attack. And what that's going to do is that's going to stun the opponent. I personally don't love doing that too much, right? At the end of the day, I more so just like kind of going for like the combos and then into special 2. Another thing that you can do, which I will show you, let's speed it up a little bit right here. The special 3 is going to convert all of your Widow's Insight into cruelties, right? Every 5 is going to be 1 cruelty. So you'll see right here, if Red Hullk ever throws his freaking special 1, we're going to go ahead and go for the special 3, okay? Really nice special 3 animation. I like it a lot. She like swings her thing. She hits you with the nunchucks. I like it. Kicks you in the face. Boom. There we go, man. Sneak attack. And now we have 10 cruelties, right? And look at that. We had our little passive evade. We put on another sabotage debuff, right? So at this point, we would be like, you know, minus 110% defensive ability accuracy reduction. But I mean, you can't build up to a special 3, have the evade charge after a special 1, and then evade, and then use mediums to rely on like that full shutdown of ability accuracy, right? But it's still like nice to have, right? So we're gonna go for a special 2 here, right? Keep in mind, Red Hullk, he's got that physical resist, right? But dude, we're like completely nuking this guy down. Like it's absolutely nothing. It's been 2 minutes and 30 seconds against this guy. He's got 25% health left, right? It's pretty much the same thing over and over. So we can skip towards the end so you can see like, you know, what it took. We don't have to watch the same fight over and over. But as you can see here, 183 hits, and keep in mind she has those double mediums, so that's a little inflated as well. It took about 3 minutes and 20 seconds, and we got through it in 183 hits, which is really not bad for 1.5 million health. Okay, so up next here, we actually have a clip from my 7.4 run. This was live, okay? This is the Guillotine 2099 boss, Shock Vulnerability, and Thunderstruck, Blood in the Water, High Voltage. Black Widow is actually such a good Guillotine 2099 counter because you'll see what happens here, right? First things first, right? She's got that defensive ability accuracy reduction on her mediums, but also on top of that, look at that, man. Whenever she would miss, she gains her little counterpunch charge. I love that. So she's very, very safe against Guillotine 2099. When she makes you miss, you're good to go. And that's going to be pretty much a thing against like champions who make you miss, like Invisible Woman, for example, right? Got the class advantage there. Look at this. We're just completely just nuking Guillotine 2099 here. Keep in mind, Guillotine's attack is going to be like very greatly increased because we do have a debuff currently. That's why she got the passive fury. So we're taking a decent amount of chip damage here, right? But look at this, man. Just completely melting her. And that counterpunch saves us again, man. And I'm trying to trigger whenever I fight Guillotine 2099. I'm trying to trigger that. I think it's so fun, right? Let's go for a nice special 2. Oh, special 1, actually. Boom. There we go. So, yeah, we got hit a little bit there, but that's totally fine. This was just live, the 1 attempt. But Guillotine, man, flushed right down the freaking toilet, dude, by her. Now, up next, I think we should go for a little bit of a utility/damage showcase. Now, let's do a few more bosses first. Let's go for 6.2 Mordo. So this is Mordo. You guys know Mordo, one of my favorite fights in the game. I love to show this one off. So one disadvantage that she has here is her double mediums, right? Because, you know, there's Do Not Go Gentle. So while we're going to be like, you know, intercepting quite a bit, at the same time, our combo is going to be going up, and we're going to try to like really stay aggressive here against this guy. But one thing that's cool, man, you're going to see like the dash back in this fight a lot. Oof. Nice little medium into block, into evade to bait out the special. She's just so, like you're gonna notice in this fight, she's so smooth to play, right? So one special 2, halfway through Mordo. Mordo's got a lot of health here, right? Now there is also Hurt Locker, okay? So just keep this in mind. There's Hurt Locker and Do Not Go Gentle. So we're gonna take a decent bit of burst damage, because here I could go for the special 1 into the special 2, but I was like, you know what, man, I want to just like see if we can like really nuke this guy down. That was the plan. That was the strat here against Mordo. As you can see, Hurt Locker is ticking. Mordo is down to 8% health, and we just missed it. Down to 25% health, throwing the special 1 into the block to try and bait out him, you know, to come in towards us. And check it out. Do Not Go Gentle. There we go. So we got him down to the 1%, right? Obviously, with Do Not Go Gentle against this Mordo, the way he works. Look, 0 hits received and we died, right? That's just kind of how it is. You bring Heimdall, then all those shocks would get him down. So I probably should have brought Heimdall on the team, but point is, we got Mordo down to 1% health, and you go with somebody else and clean up. That's the whole point of the fight there. Really solid damage there against him. We'll do one more fight, and then we're going on to do the utility/damage showcase, and then a couple more bosses too. So this is 6.1.1 Sabretooth. This guy is a beefy boy. He's got 300,000 health, and he hits very, very hard. He's got Oscillate as well. right? So what we're gonna do here is take advantage of the oscillate so we can get a lot of intercepts and we can just really stack up these shocks. Now, I don't believe I was running Despair here, and I should have been, because we're gonna be having a lot of debuffs up the entire time. But look at this, man. Up to a special 2, the first special 2, Sabretooth is down to 45% health. How about that right there? You eat the first part of the heavy attack through the block, and then you evade. Beautiful. So that's pretty cool, right? We're gonna wait out this oscillate here, and then we're gonna try and maybe get this done in like one more cycle against this guy. He's not throwing his special. I don't know why. He's almost at 3 bars of power. Here we go. There's also no retreat here, so I have to be a little bit careful, right? I can't like really dash back twice in a row because of no retreat, but we're gonna go for another special 2 here. Of course, with oscillate, he's got like the nice, like, you know, bit of armor, some crit resistance there. So unfortunately, we didn't crit. We didn't get the kill off of that, but he went for a heavy attack and we countered, and look at all of those shocks just tick down, man. And one more right here, done. This guy's just done. So let's go over some places where she really shines. Number 1, Thunderstruck. This is a lane that we continue to see in the game, in story content, and other endgame content as well. This is, 6.3.6, Vigorous Assault, other nodes here, but Thunderstruck is the important one. You only do damage if you got a shock on. And we're going to be doing a lot of damage very fast, right? So he also has Vigor, keep in mind. So ideally, man, you either find a way to nullify his regen buffs from Arc Overload or Vigor, whatever the heck it's called, or you kill him super fast. And as you can see, man, rank 3 Black Widow is killing this guy very fast. No synergy whatsoever. Not running Despair here. Look at this. Boom. There's that little that stun counter I was talking about before, right? Bait out another heavy attack here, and look at all these shocks, man. Finish off with the special 1. That's it. Really sweet stuff. Now, I was like, don't rely on the medium attack for stuff like Hazard Shift and whatnot. But let's look at how it works. Biohazard and Safeguard. 2 nodes that are affected by defensive ability accuracy reduction. We're pretty much only going to do medium attacks here, and keep in mind, when Widow's Insight is active, these medium attacks are going to have minus 70% defensive ability accuracy reduction. Now, look at the big yellow numbers, okay? We're breaking Safeguard. We're also ticking her down from the shocks on Safeguard, and we're not triggering Biohazard, not even one time here, right? So I'm going for the special 1 here, and for the first time, we see a bleed. The first time we don't have that minus 70% because I wanted the sabotage. Now I'm down to 90% defensive ability accuracy reduction. Not too bad, man. If I never went for that special 1, you would have never seen those bleeds, right? Up next, man, is a crazy one. So, Diss Track. This is like nodes in like map 7 has Diss Track, map 8 has Diss Track, right? There's also Energy Adoption, Ice, and Bubble Shield. This is one of the harder lanes in all of Act 6. This is 6.4.4, I believe it is, on our Captain Marvel boss. And Diss Track, you only do damage, right, when you have 3 or more debuffs. Debuffs are all over the place, man, with Black Widow Deadly Origin. Also, the cold snaps are doing like no damage to us whatsoever, so she's actually pretty decent on this lane. And look at this, man. Sentinel is just melting. There's no increased damage, because of Diss Track. This is just how her shocks are. Definitely not too bad at all. And check it out, man. From the 1 special 2, that's pretty much it. This guy's done. Not too bad. Obviously, he wasn't done. 1 or 2 more combos and then he's done. But you get the point. All right. So this is going to be Mixmaster, Light 'em Up, Counter-Strike, Shock Vulnerability. This is somewhere in 7.1 or 7.2. I think 7.2. So the way this works is that Mixmaster is avoided when there's a shock on the opponent, right? So don't have to worry about that. And also Shock Vulnerability. What we're going to do here is we're going to see how quickly we can get through this lane that has shock vulnerability, okay? See how good she is for this. She's like probably the best option here because she's got those really easy accesses, you know, to shock. Also, they're dead in one special too, man. This entire lane. We're going to watch the entire lane here and just see how quickly she nukes it. It's actually very impressive. This was the first clip that I recorded that I was like, you know what, man? Kind of want to make the full Ultimate Showcase video on her because she's just like pretty cool, you know? And I know a decent amount of people do have her at rank 3, but I feel like she's still a little overlooked. And you know, she's definitely still missing some utility, right? She doesn't have like the best utility. Diss track, cool. You know, she's got the shocks for Thunderstruck and for shock vulnerability. But what I like about her, man, she's got that quick and bursty damage, that nice damage over time, and also the big special too. Makes her really amazing for like side quest health pools and like monthly quests and stuff. Just like, you know, you got a little quest you gotta do, casual questing, throw Black Widow on the team. You're probably gonna have a good time. Get to one special too. That's really all you gotta do, right? So Yondu, of course, we're starting off really nice here, just eating a little bit of a combo, right? Just that's the only way to fight Yondu. We gotta eat combos. That's all you do when you fight Yondu, right? So yeah, man, not too bad. It's fine. We can come back from it. We brought Nick Fury along, so we got the restoration kit. You know, one thing about Black Widow is that like certain champions, also Widow's Insight is not triggering here when he's throwing the special one. I don't know what's up with that. I was gonna say, certain champions like Yondu that have like very easy to counter like special ones that you can consistently trigger over and over, that's where she's gonna have a really good time because you can basically just keep the flow of the fight going without having to think too much about it and just consistently triggering that Widow's Insight. You're gonna see it against, you know, Elsa as well. Keep in mind, we're already more than halfway through the path. It's only been 2 minutes, right? So against Elsa, she's got like those bullets on the special one, then she comes in and dashes at you and swings her gun around. So at that point, when Widow's Insight is going, you can just go in and refresh it and keep all those shocks going, right? Shock vulnerability is really taking them down. So here we go right here. Boom. Boom. There's that Widow's Insight. There we go, man. Right? I really like doing like the backdraft light intercept with her as well. She feels really smooth. Another thing that feels pretty smooth with her is that if you're like hitting onto the block, right? You can kind of like sometimes, depending on the defender, you know, size and everything, you can just dash back into a light attack. She has a very lengthy dash back, which is very nice. Up next, man, Iron Man freaking Infinity War, 370,000 health. We're going in with Black Widow, right? Let's see how she does, man. But do you think that she'd be good for this fight? Who knows, but let's see. With shock vulnerability, it's definitely going to help. I just love watching his health pool just completely just drain. Also, man, real quick, check it out. There's Mixmaster here, right? There's Mixmaster. So I went for a medium. I went for another medium, and he should have evaded, right? But on the mediums, 70% defensive ability accuracy reduction. And that's just one of those times where it's like, hey, that was nice to have. Because otherwise, he would have evaded me and possibly killed me, right? I wasn't ready for it. So again, it's not the thing that you want to like count on all the time, but when it happens and you notice it happened, it's like, oh, hey, that was cool, you know? One more fight here. She's just going through it so fast. We're going to watch the entire lane, right? And, you know, if we didn't get hit by that combo by Yondu, we'd be at like 100% health right now, which is great. Beat out the heavy attack. Get the shocks going. Beat out the special one. Another one who's like decent to go in after. However, right there, we went in a little bit too late and we missed the counter. But that's okay. Because the special two, it's done. It's just done, guys. We have, I think, 2 more fights as well. We have 2 tricky 7.2 fights. We have a 7.2 fight and a 7.3 fight. Smorgasbord here. Another node that she's good for. Smorgasbord is where your debuffs will not stick. However, when you have 70% defensive ability accuracy reduction, sometimes they will. So, all of your debuffs are purified instantly, right? So all her shocks. And every, I believe, 20 seconds or so, he's going to heal 25% of his health back. However, if you got through 10 debuffs in that time, he's going to degen 10% instead. So, here comes the degen, right? Really easy to stack up those debuffs against this guy. Not when he's unstoppable, though. Watch out for the unstoppable there. That took a decent chunk of our health off. I still have no clue, really, how Platinum Pool works on defense. He's just, like, kind of crazy to me, but he does some interesting stuff. We're going to go for the special 2 here while the shock is active, right? We had that defensive ability action reduction that placed the shock on Platinum Pool. We're going to take advantage of it whenever we can and go for the special 2 accordingly. So again, we got the 10 debuffs easily. This time we can go in and get it right away. He's not unstoppable at the start of the timer, right? We're going to build up to another special 2. Hopefully we can get it off when the shock sticks onto the defender. That would be amazing, right? Gonna bait out a special 2 if we can. We already got our 10 debuffs. Don't even have to worry about a thing at this point, right? He's unstoppable. Gotta worry about that. Gotta worry about that, right? Bait out another heavy attack. There we go. We got a shock. We're gonna go for it. He's degenning. He's also got a regen. There's so much going on in this fight. We're going to try and bait out a special 1 if we can. See if he's unstoppable. He's not. Let's go in. Let's get all of our shocks. Light intercept, right? There's that unstoppable again. We're going to parry 2 times to get our Smorgasbord debuffs. Now, this is a node, right, that was present in 7.4 as well on an entire lane. 7.4.6 at Smorgasbord. So she could be decent for this. This is the node that was on variant 8 Venom Pool, right? So she's decent for this as well. So yeah, man. She's definitely very good for that Venom Pool. And she's good here too. We ate a combo when he was unstoppable, lost a lot of our health. Right next to this guy is Void. Set up and spike. Safeguard. Force of will. Right? So you can't like get rid of the safeguard because of Force of will. But all these shocks are really going to put in work here. Now, keep in mind also, we can't like knock him down unless we have 6 or more debuffs. Another thing, we have to consistently watch out for Void's, debuffs on us. But one thing that helps is that we can possibly have an additional 2 hits on the medium attacks to really just rack that combo up. Now, as you can see here, right? We're kind of ticking him down pretty fast. We're not playing into setup and spike. We're just kind of really stacking up those shocks. We have low battery, apparently. Got the game a little bit laggy, right? We're baiting out a special 2 from this guy. If we can, throw it. He knows that debuff's about to go on. He's a smart guy. We're going to go ahead and build up enough shock debuffs right here after getting hit. Watch this. Watch the pro gamer strat right here, okay? We built to 12. We built to 12 combo to remove the first debuff. And now, the special 3 has just enough hits to get rid of the second one. That was the strat, guys. Also, we got the cruelty going now, right? Look at those shocks, man. Each one is doing like 1200 damage per second, which is not bad. Which is not bad at all. This is a fight where like right here, for example, right? We're going to take a burst of damage because that's what happens when you use special attacks against this guy. Her special attacks are a little bit too long, to really take advantage of setup and spike. This is a fight where like you want to take advantage of setup and spike. It's a helpful node, to get through safeguard. How about that evade right there? He's being so passive at the end. He's like, I know my time has come, and I don't want to go out like this. This is not how I wanted to end. Well, guess what, Void? You did some chip damage to us. You hit us with a special attack. You got some debuffs on us. Not today. You're done. You're just done. So yeah, man, Black Widow, deadly freaking origin. Not the best champ in the game, but she's super fun to play. She has really amazing shock damage, probably the easiest access to shock in the game. So whenever there's like shock vulnerability and nodes where you need a shock on the opponent consistently, she's going to be really good for it, you know? And that's where I'm going to like her. I'm going to like using her in Battlegrounds. I didn't use her at all with Masochism because she's not going to be good on Masochism for like beyond obvious reasons. But if there's like a safeguard meta in the future, which I'm sure there will be, she's going to be amazing for it. If there's other, you know, nodes that like don't really mess with her debuffs, she's going to be great. One big special too and you're good to go. But anyway, my dudes, that is it for this video. I do hope you enjoyed this Black Widow Deadly Origin Ultimate Showcase video. I'm very glad to have her at rank 3. I like her a lot. She's a champion I've wanted at rank 3 since she was released, since before I had any rank 3s. So it's been a very, very, very long time I've wanted her at rank 3. We finally got her. Here we are, man. But that's going to be it for this one. If you enjoyed it, drop a like, comment what you think about Black Widow Deadly Origin in the comment section below, and make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any future Ultimate Showcase videos coming to you very soon. Got a couple of rank 4 ones to make too, so make sure you hit the subscribe button. I'll be seeing you around.